Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, YouTube golf fans around the world. Yes, that is right. Welcome back to the channel. Today, ladies and gentlemen, we got a big one. We are going to jump right into it. We're going to get right into the title thumbnail. I'm here to talk about what Rick Shiels and a couple other creators shot at Open qualifying. Just in breaking news, first across the desk. This is instant. This is coming to you real quick, real fast, because this is what I do here. I'm the YouTube golf guy and I cover YouTube golf. And when YouTube golfers compete in the sport of golf, it's just every world colliding, two meteors hitting each other. And I'm very excited to talk about this today. So let me say two things. Number one, hit that subscribe button so I can buy AirPods, because the vast majority of you aren't subscribed. And if you subscribe, maybe it'll grow the channel and I'll be able to afford to buy AirPods instead of having to use these from 1989. Also, I want to say this is a spoiler alert. Now, it blows my mind sometimes when I title and thumbnail a video like the result of the good Midwest Open, and then people are like, "Nay, spoiler alert!" It's like, what did you think I was going to talk about in this video? Anyways, for those of you who, don't like to put two and two together, spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. I'm going to be telling you what Rick Shiels shot. I'm going to be telling you what Peter Finch shot. I'm going to be telling you what Andy Carter shot, a couple other people, because this is public information. It's on a live leaderboard on the internet, which is now live and has been shared by all these guys. Yes, they're going to make videos about it, and finding out the score does kind of maybe ruin the excitement of their video a little bit. But I think most people who watch my channel are the people who are really into this stuff. And so you want to know. I want to know. So we're going to find out. We're going to go through it together. But that's a spoiler alert. Let's hop over. All right. So anyways, Rick Shiels not hiding the fact that he's doing Open qualifying. He's talked about it on podcasts, etc. We had a post from him this morning. We are underway at Open qualifying. Thank you all for the support. I will give it my all. And then look at this. Just very nice comments. I love this for Rick Shiels, because Rick Shiels has really kind of not had the nicest of comments in some of his videos. So much so that it prompted James Robinson to do this little number. We talked about this in my last video. This whole like somebody died, Rory McIlroy after missing a 3-footer on 18 at Pinehurst post here being like, don't bully Rick Shiels. So that was nice of him, but unfortunately that's the internet. However, look, the internet, very nice, very supportive. Everything here is good, happy comments. So that's really cool. The Open qualifying posted this, or not the Open qualifying, just the Open, posted a couple tags this morning of Rick Shiels right here, 12:50 tee off at Caldy, which gives you all the information you need to know to be able to figure out what he's doing. Also, Peter Finch, 12:50 tee time at Hesketh. Anyways, all right, so these guys teed off. These guys teed off in their regional qualifying, and we're going to go through the results, okay? So if you go to this little Open qualifying series site, you can see the scores for all the locations. I think this website looks amazing. Good job, the Open. Anyways, Hesketh, hope I'm pronouncing that right. This is where Peter Finch qualified and Andy Carter. So we're going to start, or participated in the qualifying. So we're going to start there. One of these is very shocking. One of these is very shocking. All right, let's just scroll down the leaderboard here, and we are going to find very, very quickly Andy Carter. Andy Carter right here, currently T8 with a 1/72, so a par 71 course. For those of you who don't know, Andy Carter is an absolute OG of YouTube golf. He is an absolute OG of the game. He was in the original like UK squad with Rick and with Peter, a bunch of videos with them back in the day, mainly doing like tips. He's a coach. I think coaching is still kind of his full-time thing, and then YouTube's kind of like a side gig. But I love the guy. He's been very nice to me on social media. I've never met him in real life, but he's been very, very welcoming, and always had nice things to say. But yes, he did. It was him, Matt Fryer, Rick Shiels, and Peter Finch. Those were like the OG four when I first started getting into YouTube golf. They were kind of like the old guard. This was like as good was starting to come up, etc., etc. Anyways, so he participated in it, and wow, good for him. 1/72, super legit. This tournament also, this particular qualifying, I mean, the top score right now is only 2 under, so he's not far off the lead. I think it's 7 Open qualifying spots, so he's outside of that bubble right now. He's not going to make it through, but I mean, good for him. I mean, he could technically be in a playoff, all these T8 people, but anyways, good for him. That's very impressive. But the one a lot of you are probably wondering about, Peter Finch, this one shocked me. This one shocked me. So Peter Finch, before I get right into it, he's had some really good success recently in tournaments. He played in the Myrtle Beach Classic. He shot a 1/73. He finished higher than any other YouTube golfer other than George Bryan, which is cheating because George Bryan is a PGA Tour golfer. He's not a YouTube golfer. He is, but he's so good that I don't consider him a YouTube golfer anymore. I consider him PGA Tour golfer, PGA Tour adjacent golfer. Anyways, Peter Finch has proven himself. He's done his quest for the Open Series where he's been playing all of these lead-up events. He's been doing well. He's been shooting at or under par. So this one shocked me. Shocked me so much to the point that I scrolled past his name like 4 times trying to find this score. Anyways, yeah, we're still scrolling. You see here, these are the +8s, the 79s. We're still scrolling the +9s, the 80s. We're still scrolling the +10s, the +11s, the 82s. We're still scrolling. We're still +12. Peter Finch, +12, 83 at Open qualifying. Now this is tough, right? I love these guys and I don't want to like make this video feel like I'm like talking poorly about them. Like you got to understand, tournament golf is extremely hard golf, and like you see guys who really melt down in tournaments, who really have a hard time. But it's also just the tough thing about tournament golf is that it is still just golf. And like Peter Finch has conquered tournament golf, in my opinion, where he can play in these tournaments like the Myrtle Beach Classic, which I would argue had just as much pressure and eyeballs on him as this, and he shoots a 73. Peter Finch shooting an 83. I think he just had a bad day, which is just golf, unfortunately. Like, in order to be like one of the best in the world, you have to be able to have your good stuff at the right time, and that's just not what happened. I don't think this is necessarily just tournament golf got to Peter Finch. I think he just went out and had a really bad day, and then maybe it just compounded mistakes. But this is the little ledger here. We can see birdie, eagle or better, bogey or worse, and black is par. So we can just go quickly gander at how the round actually went for him. Scroll down to the 83s. So par to start, bogey, 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 par, bogey, bogey. So a 42 on the front has to be mentally tough. Now, obviously, we can't see if any of these are doubles. There's one par 3 here. I'm assuming this 4 would be another par 3 that he bogeyed. So, oh, all these numbers are shifting. This 4 would probably be another par 3 that he bogeyed. So I don't think any of these would be doubles. I mean, you could do the math real quick. But anyways, then he started back with another bogey, par 4, birdie on par on a par 3, then a bogey on a par 4. This one looks like it's either a bogey on a par 5 or a double on, or no, this is a par 5 because right here. So this is a bogey on a par 5. And then string of pars, 4-4, 3-4, and then finishes with a bogey, double bogey, 6. This is a par 4, judging by this guy's shot par. So 42 on the front, 41 on the back, 83. Like, that's probably the worst round Peter Finch has shot in a tournament in like forever. That's probably the worst round he's shot in forever. Like, it's just tough. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see his video. Obviously, this is just updating you guys on the scores. I can't actually really tell you guys what happened in it because there was no live stream. I didn't actually see it. That's where I'm fully going to be tuning into these guys' videos and excited to see and hear their breakdown of it. But I feel for the dude because I genuinely think Peter Finch could have come out and shot like an even par or like a 1 over or even like a 1 under. Like, he definitely has the ability. He's proven that he can do it in intense tournament pressure. However, maybe saying the Myrtle Beach is equal pressure for him is a bit ignorant to the fact that like he's from the UK. This is his national open. He's been trying to qualify for this probably since he was like a kid. So this is probably maybe more pressure. Like, I think there was YouTube pressure at the Myrtle Beach one, but there wasn't really like maybe like personal pressure for him. I don't know. I'm talking through, you know, my assumptions right now. So I'll have to wait to hear. But yeah, that's shocking. +12, 83. I feel for the guy. I love Peter Finch. Anyways, let's go to the one you guys are all clicked on this video for. The Caldy Open qualifying, which is Rick Shiels. Caldy. Now, Rick Shiels obviously has had a go of it recently with, you know, shooting scores that are a little higher than he would want. He's brought his game back to a good place. He's been working with James Robinson, who's an ex-tour pro, who's a coach, whatever. He's the guy who wrote that nice message about Rick on his Instagram. Anyways, Rick has definitely had a struggle. So when I found out he was doing this, I honestly thought, like, good for you, Rick. Like, that takes some cojones. It's good content. It's going to get people talking. But, like, mentally, it's tough. Like, mentally, it's tough, even if you know it's going to be good content, even if you know it's going to get the people going. And that's our job as you know, creators, is to create buzz, whether it's, you know, people saying you're awesome or people saying you suck. It's still our job to do that, and it pays the same. But it can be tough to go with the latter when you know you may get, like Rick has in the past, unfair amount of criticism, and then to put yourself out there like this and open yourself up to more of that. So anyways, par 72, 76, 7,700 yards, 73 rating, 73.3, and a 134 slope. So not, you know, not a crazy hard course, but definitely not an easy one. Anytime the course rating is over par, I think it's, you know, it's going to be a challenging golf course from the tees they're playing at. Anyways, so his score has been posted, so we're going to scroll down. This one had a much higher top score at 5 under, and then a ton of under par rounds, a couple 3 unders, a 2 under, a bunch of 1 unders, an even par. Anyways, we're going to keep scrolling here. Now, this round, I'm going to say was maybe a little less shocking. And that's not a slight at Rick Shiels, because Rick Shiels is a quality golfer, but he has been struggling recently. The reason why Peter Finch's was surprising to me is because he hasn't been struggling recently. He's been playing great golf. Again, the Myrtle Beach Classic, he shot 1 over par, was the best YouTube round against, Luke Kwan and all these other guys. So that one was really shocking. Where Rick finished for me, honestly, it wasn't the craziest. It wasn't like the most, I don't think horrible or best, finish. But anyway, here he is. TA85, Rick Shiels, plus 9, 81 total. So he shot 9 over, 81 total. I don't know. It's not terrible. It's not at all. Like, again, given the pressure these guys are under, like, I think, there is the social media pressure, but these guys have been used to that. They've been doing this for a long time. That's there for sure. But it's also, again, this national open pride type thing for these guys, I think really probably plays into it. So let's just take a quick look here at what Rick did hole by hole. Again, scoring info right here. Birdie is red, eagle or better is yellow, bogey is or worse is gray, and black is par. So we'll scroll down. T85, old Ricky Boy Shield. Now we'll take a look. Started off with the bogey, that's top, or with a par actually. Par. Sorry, I keep getting these colors confused. So par to start, that's good. Similar to Peter Finch, a string of bogeys. This 7 has to be this 7 is a triple. That's tough. So you can see right here, I've started to learn how this thing works as we go here. So this is a par 4 because this guy got a par in black. So that means this 7 right here was a triple bogey. So we went triple. So we went bogey on a par 4, triple on a par 4, bogey on a par 5. Those always sting. Bogey on a par 4, par on a par 5, par on a par 3. These guys are killing the par 3s. And then bogey on a par 4 to finish at 43. So he had a higher front 9 than Peter Finch did. But then, this back 9, holy, look at this guy go. He had a par, a birdie on a par 4, par. Holy crap. So he made 6 pars. Is that good math? 7 pars on the back 9 and a birdie. And then a triple bogey on the last par 5. That sucks. Oh, I feel bad for the guy. Still only a 2 over on the back. So this could have been disaster. This could have been a disaster zone, obviously, with the 43 on the front. Really pulled it in. So maybe this was just nerves for him. Like, he has not been competing the way Peter Finch has. Peter Finch did the Myrtle Beach Classic. He did this whole big, build up on his channel, the Open Qualifying Series. Rick's just been making YouTube videos. So there definitely, I think, could have been a lot of nerves at play. I think when you start par, your brain starts to go to oh man, I could just shoot even par. I'm cruising. This is easy. I can do this. And then all of a sudden you make a bogey and you're like, okay. Then you make a triple bogey and your brain probably just goes into oblivion. And then obviously finishing off kind of a tough but not awful finish to that front 9. But then coming into the back, the gall to go par, birdie, par. Good for par. Good for Rick. That's absolutely incredible. He probably thought too good to be true. I'm going to shoot 1 under on the back. It's just a par 5. All I have to do is get this in the clubhouse. And I'm guessing maybe he blew one out of bounds off the tee or something like that. A triple on a par 5 can be kind of hard to achieve unless you put a ball out of bounds. So anyways, that's his score. 81 plus 9 overall. I'm the YouTube golf guy. I'm reporting on YouTube golf, reporting on these scores. This is fascinating stuff. I like when guys put themselves out like this, especially creators, because it does create interesting content both around it and for them. Those 2 videos by Peter and Rick are going to be great. Even though they both went out and shot in the 80s, they're still going to be solid videos. So anyways, good for them for having the gall and the gumption to put themselves out there like that. It's not the easiest thing to do by any means. And again, I don't fault them for the scores. They're not professional golfers. They're not spending their entire, despite what you might think, they're not spending their entire lives practicing. They're probably playing a lot on camera, more than the average person for sure, but they're just not under the gun of the pressure that it takes to, probably walk out here and shoot a 5 under like George Holland over here. I don't know who that is, but congratulations, George Holland. Looks like you're moving on. So anyways, that's the video, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know your thoughts on it all in the comments below. Wanted to bring this one to you. Interesting one. I'll see you later.